What up guys, it's Mike.
It's Jasmina. It's Jen.
We're not in the office today because our office is being dismantled. Check out my vlog channel later on this week and you'll know why this week, next week. Anyway, this story we're getting to, this is really, I thought this was lovely. I thought this was a lovely story. I don't care. You know, people are mean. People are really mean. I'm looking at this story and sometimes I browse through the comment section to see people's feelings for something like this. And people are knocking the story. That's really me because I feel like this is a beautiful story. So what happened was in Indonesia, there's a man, his name is Sofian. He's 28 years old. He got a random call, like a wrong number call one day. And for some reason, he started talking to this individual who called him. And next thing you know, they've been talking for an hour and he falls in love with her voice. Falls in love with her voice. So they continued their long distance telecommunication until he needed to see her face. So then he shows up at her house, sees her, and realizes he's 28, she's 82.
He already professed his love to her through the phone?
Yes.
So he didn't want to take it back or anything. He was like, oh, I'm not going to judge you based on how old you are.
I find this story really good because I see a lot of stories where maybe this similar thing happened. I haven't really seen such a huge age gap, but usually the falling in love thing is kind of fake. Like this story actually seems very genuine. So I feel like it's a different situation.
You mean it's usually like a gold digger?
Yeah, like something about, like I don't know, money. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, typically when you hear about an age gap this big, it's usually an old guy with a young girl. And the young girl is usually very attractive and the old guy is usually very rich, right?
Yeah.
This does not seem like that situation. Now, I don't know if she's rich or not. I have no idea. She doesn't, I mean, from the way she dresses, from the pictures they took, I don't think I don't know. I do think, and this is my feeling, I could be completely off. I do feel like this is a genuine love story. And that's why I love it so much. Literally, think about this. Fell in love with her voice. First of all, how many people do that these days?
I never heard
this. Fall in love with people's voices. Like, well, people nowadays just chat like on Tinder or whatever the heck. You don't usually fall in love until you like meet somebody and think about that. Nowadays, to say I love you in a relationship usually is like you meet, you date for like a year. And then, you know, the dreaded L word pops up, you know, and then that's like that's a huge deal for people.
So I don't use Tinder myself, but I heard from people's experiences that when they just go meet the person and they're a little less attractive than like they expected, they just kind of go like, no, I'm not dating you. Whereas this guy, he sees this lady is like 50 years older than him. He's like, I still love you. That's sweet.
That's why I feel like it's true love. Like you said, you're exactly on point. People need to dock up first of all, they need to dock up their photos. Like, you know, I don't know, I don't do online dating, but I think people dock up their photos because a lot of my friends say, like you mentioned, they're like, show up and they don't look like the photos. That's like the first barrier. Then you meet them and that's like the second test. And you're like, oh, do they really look like their photos? Am I attracted to them? All these things has to happen before you're even like, okay, I'll go out with you again. And that's way before the whole I love you thing comes up. This guy, a little background, he's never had a girlfriend before.
Yeah.
So this is the first time he's fallen in love. And as you well know, well, I don't know if you guys fallen in love before or not, but you're still young. Falling in love for the first time is the hardest. It's not the hardest to fall in love first time. I'm just saying like your first relationship is always the hardest because that's when you fall the deepest. But this guy completely fell in love and the lady fell in love with him and they had some obstacles because their family were like, what is up with this? Eventually they got together, the wedding photos are here. So what I did not like was on the comment section, yo, people are ripping this lady. They're like, oh man, she looks like a corpse. I thought, you know, this was a guy in a corpse and he must be a gold digger. Can we just be not cynical for a moment here and just think about the possibility that this is a real, true love story?
It's not like there aren't people like that on this earth who truly would fall in love each other, even if they're like 50 years apart, you know? This could be one of those stories instead of thinking the woman's really rich and the guy just wants to take all of her wealth when she dies.
You know why that is though?
Why?
Because there's so many things like that happen in the world. That's why people, when they see something like this, they don't believe it's love. I'm gonna believe that this is a love story.
Yeah.
And they should make a movie out of it. And people will watch it. It'll be made by Disney. I mean, think about how serendipitous is that? Of all the missed calls you get in your life. Like, have you ever had someone call you with a wrong number and you even talked to them for more than 30 seconds?
No.
Never.
Say wrong number, okay, bye.
I mean, they could have the most beautiful voice in the world, and you'd be like, stop calling me. How do you even engage that? Like, so how you doing today? Like,
well, that old woman seemed really nice, and then that guy, he was pretty pure. I mean, he never dated, so.
Well, I'll give you this though. He's got guts after all the crap that this couple went through. I'm glad they are together. I believe in you. You go and be a couple. Good for you. I'll see you later, guys.
Bye.